Hi. Okay, let's get straight into it, shall we? Now, let's look at this. Silver stackers. Wow, what can I say? Silver has just took a brutal dive in dropping from $34 per ounce to under $30 per ounce in just under 2 days. It's actually going down as you know. I'm filming this today, which is the 7th of April, for example. Okay, and the percentage is going down. Okay, and this has really shaken the market up. But listen, before you panic, let's unpack a few things here, because this is when smart stackers really make a difference. You really make that move, for example. Now, what happened? So, okay, let's get straight to the point here. Between April the 2nd and the 6th, for example, silver dropped a whooping percentage of like nearly 12%. One of the biggest hits that I've seen since COVID, okay? Since the market shock, for example. Now, the gold to silver ratio has spiked over 102.1. This is huge, stackers. This is huge. Historically, when the GSR gets this high, for example, silver is way undervalued compared to gold. Okay, so this is a flashing opportunity light right now for you stackers, for example. So let's look at the options here. Okay, so why did this happen? Well, it falls behind, it's made a drop, and there are two simple things here that made this play. The tariffs, as we all know, are back on the table, and it is rattling industrial metals. So because silver is an industrial metal, for example, it is taken a hit because of the industrialness of this, for example. So let me just go back here, for example, for you to actually see. And it's taken a dive because of the industrial side of it, for example. And this is really important for you to see and know that this is the reason why this has really taken a hit. And we've got to be mindful of this, because at the end of the day, we've got to really break this down into really parts that we can understand. Okay, so yes, it's taken a hit, and we know why this is, and we know that it is to do with the tariffs, for example. So these tariffs have caused, an impact, for example, on the silver market because of the industrial metal that it's being used for. So remember, silver is not just a precious metal, right? It is also an industrial workhorse that is being used for solar panels, for AI, for all of these industries, the technology aspects of it. The material is needed for industrial use. Okay, so it's not just a precious metal in that way, it has got a dual purpose. So the interest rates are staying high and suppressing metals short term, I am saying to you here. But this is not just a textbook market behavior. When fear spikes, silver drops faster because it's thinner than gold in the market itself. So think about this. What are you going to do? Now let me tell you what you could look at doing, and bear in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a normal person that is interested in gold and silver, for example, and there's things that you can do as a stacker. You can see it in two ways here. Now, I'm not selling, not at all. In fact, I am stacking heavier than before. So now is the time to not sell your silver, to stack, to buy more silver if you're able to. It depends what you can afford. Some people are actually selling their gold that they've got, some parts of their gold, so they can buy more silver stock. Let me continue with this, okay? But why is this? It's because they know and believe that silver is the winner. Remember, I always talk about that silver is like the tortoise that wins the race. Because the GSR, this has historical signals. One thing I can say to you is that I have been through 3 recessions in my lifetime, and there's always history that you can go at, and there's patterns that you can see is happening once you know of something that's happened before. So buying silver, some are buying silver and they're trading in their gold for silver. That's what they're doing. This is when the smart stackers load up, because eventually the GSR will swing back like the pendulum, and silver always outpaces gold in percentage gains when it rebounds. Now this is not, like I said, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's something that we have to look at as a stacker, looking at the long-term aspect, the 5 to 10 year. As long as you can possibly keep stacking, that's what I would suggest that you do, right? So like I said, don't panic, okay? This is something that has happened previously before, okay? And you're waiting on this rebound, for example. This is a great time for stackers to buy. So what I'm saying is that what I'm doing is I'm not panicking at all. I'm not selling. If anything, I am buying. So check with your local dealers. Some are still holding old stock before the premium rise, for example. So look at scrap silver. That's how I built my stack in 2007, before the market crash in 2008. But bearing in mind, at that time it rose, silver rose, and gold did as well. So consider trading some gold maybe into silver whilst the ratio is this high, for example. And if you're thinking about starting your scrap silver business, check out my masterclass that I'm going to have, which is starting soon, for example. If you're interested in that, book a free 15-minute appointment with me, and I can go through with you what is in the masterclass, what we're going to be covering, etc., because it truly is an amazing opportunity, for example. So looking at this, right, stackers, I want to hear from you. Are you buying? Are you holding? Are you trading gold for silver right now? Drop a comment below here. Hit the like button if you are stacking today. And don't forget to subscribe. I am going to be doing daily updates to help you stay ahead of the market. And remember, stackers, these dips are gifts. See them as a gift. As one door closes, another one opens. Let's build your silver wealth together. and I want to see you in our next videos. So like I said, subscribe. And I also want to say thank you to those of you that have subscribed to the channel, and also those that have commented, giving me your feedback about what's working for you, because let's all work and share together to help one another to build our wealth. The banks are buying silver. Millionaires are buying silver. They're trading in their gold for buying silver because the silver is low right now. So don't see this as a dis-opportunity. You see it as an opportunity. So let me hear your comments. Don't miss the next video. Check out my daily updates as well. Like I said, subscribe, because silver has just crashed under $30 per ounce, but this is the perfect opportunity for you to build your stack. So this is why I'm sharing this with you in today's video. So like I said, I'll be joining you. Stay tuned for the next video, and thank you so much for watching and listening to this video today. And thank you for really joining me and making this happen as well. Let me know what your comments are, how you're getting on, for example, and I'd love to hear your feedback as well, because I believe, from my own personal feelings, I believe that this is a big opportunity for silver stackers, because we're not here as a get-rich-quick scheme. This is something which is over time. It is about building for our pension, building for our retirement, building for even a rainy day, for example. So let's start stacking now. If you haven't started already, now is the time really to get on and to get into this, because the currency is going down. Inflation is here, for example. The US dollar is just going down, for example. The banks are getting worried about it, and that's why they're buying gold and silver, for example. They're buying more silver than actually gold, because it's more cheaper for them, and they know that at some point it's going to really spike, and when it spikes we need to be ready, for example, because even though it's industrial, there's going to be a lot of need for silver, for example. So it's not going to stay at just that price. Okay, yes, it's the poor relative of gold, but silver is a dual purpose, and it is needed in order for our daily lives as well. So thank you so much for joining me today's video. Thank you for helping to grow the channel. Let's hear your comments in the chat as well, and check out my videos, because I've got some free gifts, some free bonuses, as well as resources for you to really start building your wealth, stacking future, for example, your semi-retirement, retirement, for example, because at the end of the day, we don't know how much our retirement is going to be. So I really feel for those that are going through retirement this year, and I hope that everything works out well for you. All right, so take care. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye, everyone.